and welcome to another Wildermyth Let's Play. This time I shall be beginning a new campaign, so nothing really missed if you didn't start with the last few videos, which were finishing up an old campaign. It's become a bit of a pattern with me, like with my pop-up dungeon videos where I started that Let's Plays with finishing up a campaign and then start a new one. Get some people alerted to the fact I'm doing Let's Plays of a given game, and then a lot more you can all pick up at the same point with the new campaign. I don't know. Really, I'm trying to get as much stuff out as possible and catch your folks' interest, provide entertainment, and are you not entertained? I hope. I really probably should be doing a potion craft or a Vorion video today, but my brain just won't cooperate with those. I'm tired, no matter how much caffeine I'm doing today, so probably tomorrow or a day after if I really can't manage it then. I wanted to at least get the new campaign started here, and this is an awesome game. Probably be more interesting from the beginning of a new story. I'll also try and do multiplayer with it eventually if I can convince some of my Steam friends to get this game. They don't have it, it's their loss. I haven't unlocked the Sunsoar's Lake yet. I've obviously done Age of Ulstrix. It's a tutorial campaign. I'll get to the Enduring War later, but I was thinking of either doing a legacy campaign. There's a multiplayer specific campaign, modified. Start with 5 heroes instead of 3. Yeah, it'd be interesting to do one of those if I can get some people to buy this game. And heck, if you're viewing this on YouTube, you could get the game yourself, get to know me. Maybe I'll start working with you. I'm not closed to that stuff, but follow in the comments for a while. Let me get to know you. Know you're not a total stalker, hopefully, and maybe we can talk sometime in Discord and see about doing something. Particularly if you're a YouTuber yourself, you can point to a channel you're already doing, and so I know you're not just being weird. Anyhow, gotta have some trust involved, otherwise someone will stalk me in real life for all I know. I've never done a legacy campaign, but the 5-chapter one is probably a better introduction to the game, the 3 or 5. 5, I don't know. They provide a bit more story structuring with more chapters, because each chapter has like one of a series of events, whereas the RAM ones, they start to feel a bit random. So I'll do a 5-chapter campaign here, and then probably next time a legacy campaign. I think main enemy could set to random. I wouldn't know what I'm facing, but that has a certain I could just end up fighting Deepest again. I've already done those a few times. I really don't want to do the driving quite yet. Thrixel. This would be tough for sure, but a little added challenge for you guys. The Thrixel are a tougher enemy. I'm not raising the difficulty beyond adventure just yet. But I'll face a harder enemy than last time. This mod is just for legacy stuff. It should be a random string numbers for the map seed. There we go. don't have enough warriors in my legacy. I'm going to do some shenanigans with people retiring. So, of course, a party of all warriors would be brutal against the Threxel. I probably do need a mystic, even though I have a ton of them. I can pick their hooks at the beginning. Speed, retirement age. This isn't terrible. Retirement age is particularly nice. But I would like to have some more evasion on stuff, on characters. Health doesn't hurt. Warding. This is a nice set of Wanderlust and Wildheart. They kind of go along with each other. Fine with that character, Theridia. Will soon. Not even sure I like that name. But double is kind of cool. Yeah. Alright. Charisma. Oh, that's really nice for this character's age. They lose charisma. Some speed. Some retirement age. Accuracy. Lucky doesn't make sense given that text. Pursue danger, but a slacker? That doesn't actually make much sense. He always pursued danger in effort to attack spheres before they could go large and meet en masse. That would work with Brash. Also Gritty. With the Gritty hook is, has to be done, that's all. Yep, Gritty, Integrity. Physical? I'm trying to think of things that work with this description. Maybe he developed a kind of sense of shame? Given... Yeah, I think that fits. Cool. And... Sorry, you guys probably can't read the descriptions. But they change every time I reroll, so... Swan grew up thinking of Hell's Gate as the most ignorant and academically stiffened place in all of the Yondering. It wasn't until years after she left she would develop a fondness for it. A particularly rare steak spoke to her. Steak? In a dream about the future. She was forever helpless to forget the strange fortunes. The great sirloin, Ed told her. Okay, that's just too weird. Well, these aren't terrible stats. They could be better. And that's just too weird. A steak taught her in a dream? A steak? No. Not a chance. A little bit of recovery rate, charisma, and speed. I like those in characters who are going to fight into their old age, which mystics are. Let's see if the story is any good. Leisler's father was an affable and vivacious street cart baker. Everyone wondered how the two could look so identical, yet in their hearts be so different. Sitting in a treetop one summer evening, he observed the lights of distant homes where happy families sang and laughed. That memory would haunt him long through his life. He spared not a thought for justice or glory. He liked collecting things. That was maybe it. Why would distant homes haunt him? Weird. Distant and mysterious and dark-hearted. Good stats, and yeah, I can live with this. Mystic and two warriors. Lilsum and Theridia. Hot-headed loner. Let's see. I may change their personalities based on... Yeah, he should be hot-headed based on what he's saying about pursuing danger. Not a coward. That's not a coward's way at all. Greedy? Not really. He would be a hot-headed loner, I would assume. Maybe with some leader. I would think someone with a background like that would develop snark. Only personality traits over 50 normally affect someone's interactions to other characters. And some events are based on... I have learned hot-head is particularly useful for warriors because it increases their chance of becoming spell-touched, for what it's worth. But it's also based on how I think someone would, not just min-maxing on what makes sense for the character. Proud of her father's celebrated status as dressmaker, 30 and Nevertheless hope for her own brand of recognition someday, for something greater, or just different. She once took refuge in the home of an ancient huntress, old but unfaded, and proud as a dragon slayer, the woman told tales exploring this uncharted country. A soft bed makes for a soft woman, someone important must have told her. The idea of wanting little more in a crook among roots, a pillow of memories, a sailing haunted by planets. Okay, she's definitely wild-hearted, wanderlust, and proud. As for... That's a pretty poetic way of looking at things. Leader, healer. It's not enough snark to be... Yeah. Okay, that's fine. Healer really means compassionate, but... Same with the huntress, maybe she develops some compassion. And hot-headed... Loner... He's a mystic. I don't know. Let's see. Street cart baker, families. He liked collecting things. Yeah, I think he'd be a little more bookish than this. Doesn't sound terribly hot-headed, honestly. So he's definitely a loner. That makes sense. Snark. Probably somewhat bookish. Maybe a little hothead. Okay. So we got a snarky loner, an aloof hothead, and a decisive poet. 2 warriors, mystic. They've got good stats for their classes. Maybe this isn't perfect for a mystic, but no, charisma is very important for mystics because they retire late in life. I tend to like keeping people for a while if I can, getting hooks done and building the retirement age. Charisma, important for making relationships anyhow. I'll assume is a little low on evasions. I would prefer if you had more dodge and stuff. And 30, she has amazing stats for a warrior. High evasion, high recovery rate, a little retirement age, some speed, health. Yep. Cool. And they're all straight, so there's a chance she could form a romance with one of these two, for whatever it's worth. I don't know. Sometimes I've gone to parties where they're all gay or they're all straight. Sometimes it makes more sense mechanically to mix it up a little, and it seems a little weird if it's all one or the other sometimes, but I don't know. I'd like to see a romance blossom, and this maximizes the odds, so I'm not going to change that. A lot of times I leave it up to random. Some of the characters, like in my legacy, they are bisexual or gay. They're not all, like, the game randomly decides a character's sexual orientation when they're generated. Alright, so fighting the Thrixel. That should be something new. I don't know how this will start. Let's get this campaign going, though. Thrixel are tough, so I'll definitely want to recruit a legacy hero once I can into the campaign to help these 3 level zeros. Nightmare's Eve. It was a night frothing cups battered tavern tables and bowed tunes banged against the last fall sky. Maybe all that joyous noise served to knock loose a star that had chewed thin its thread. I do wonder sometimes whether love might be the weapon of a weak and frightened god, whose only wish is to distract us and steer our lives while we dance, kiss, and dream. That's a weird thing to say. Okay, she's a poet. Healer. Okay. It's not a loner, I don't know why she said. Afraid star falling wayward from some other filament. It swung its many-stranded tail across midnight. Ooh. Thrixel. Guess this is how a Thrixel campaign can start. Never started one against Thrixel before. This is going to be rough, especially if I have it go a long time. What I may do is do chapter 1 in reasonable time, but drag out chapter 2 some. Let some of the warriors retire after that. And then with at least the Mystic and maybe a Legacy Hero recruited chapter 2, move into chapter 3. There'll be some kids possibly born to those warriors, and the point is to get lots of legacy points, because I like to promote people in my legacy. I don't want to do a zillion campaigns to get high level, but it also allows more time for opportunities, quest hooks, fun stuff like that. That's unnatural looking. Thrixel in the shadows. What? No? No one knows it even fell but me. Hey, Leisler, get out here and take a walk. You're up anyway. Go away. And they're straight, but you can form a romance with each other. Interesting. Interesting. There's some value in that. These are Leisler. Assume though they're warrior and mystic. Friendship wouldn't make much sense. I don't know. It feels weird to have them form a romance if they're both straight, but also if it's male-female romance, they can have kids together. I don't know if same gender would they adopt. I don't think they can in the game. Probably should be able to. Rivalry, go away. They're both kind of bearded. Leisler is a snarky loner. So yeah, go away. I was going to attack. Everyone wake up. We're under attack. An edged voice cleaves the pre-dawn quiet. Sound close, didn't it? Other end of the lane. Running towards the sound of trouble. Trouble meets them halfway. Threek? Well, soon bends for whatever's handy. In a moment, it's a fight to survive. Two thrusts. Now these, they can bite twice, doing on average 4 damage, which is, for the record, a lot for a unupgraded first level enemy. Or they can interfuse an ether burn, which can damage multiple members of your team at a range, and it does magic damage, which gets you can only defend against the warding. These are a serious threat, and Theridia's here facing them alone. Okay, Theridia, you're in trouble if you... Real trouble. She doesn't have good evasion. She's got 6 health. This thing she could die in the first chapter. What does she have? She has an axe, at least, a lumber axe. That shreds armor. Good for attacking something as elusive as a tree. It's simple, solid, and swings heavy. But, okay. Does 4 damage, so actually she could kill this in 1 hit. Thrusts hit hard, but they're fragile. If she hits, of course. If she misses, she's going to be in serious trouble. Though, go here, because she'll need to probably come through here and help her friends after. This is closest to that door. Whew, thankfully she hit. Pickaxe. A notched old thing. Or no, he's the one with the old sword. Normally used against rocks and tree roots. It can do some damage if you can connect. So these are both axe type items for what it's worth. And it'll be cheaper to upgrade them into axes than, say, swords. And then this guy's got an old sword. A notched old thing that's seen better days. It belonged to relation once upon a time. Swords are by far the best this early because they give accuracy. And well, characters have terrible accuracy. In fact, level 0, 101. Well, that's 107. It's not terrible, actually, at all. 85% chance to hit. Nope, you got a stunt. That's it. Thankfully, not more. I could set flanking that with these two, thankfully, if need be. Theridia has grown stronger. Warriors like Theridia are built hardy, enduring, It's in bold to emphasize it with a natural aptitude for battle. They have powerful techniques for close combat. And stalwart, she got that right off the bat. That is an amazing ability for the first roll for a warrior. I've had warriors get all the way to level 7 and never rolled that, and it's a critical ability to surviving early on for warriors. Listen, also warrior. Blood Rage. Extra damage if he's injured, but that's if they're injured. That's not great. Vigilance, more reaction strikes. Against Thrixel, that's terrible because they'll rarely close to melee or engage. Engage is definitely useful. Can prevent them from like 6 of them all interfusing and like or warping and all going after one character. Thrixel are nasty, much tougher than Beepus. As a mystic, Lysaur has acquired the knack for interfusing his spirit with earthly things, drawing these bonds to enact formidable magics. Mythweaver and Elementos are both mediocre, but Soul Splitting is good. I like, if you guys haven't been able to tell, things give my characters endurance. Often the numbers are weighted in favor of you winning a battle in the long run, if your characters cannot die. If I make my characters durable, there's more chance that if one of them gets swarmed, they'll survive. If just barreling can fall back for the rest of the team. And then still provide range support or whatnot. Weighted chain to wear around the neck. Should probably give it to Lysaur, or we'll assume because they're rivals with each other. Which will mean, yeah, the warrior makes the most sense. Stunt chance. Warrior will often get the first strike, though not always. Could definitely see a reason to put this on warriors hit harder, are more valuable early on too. Yeah, I'll give the Sunseer necklace to assume. Because he's got a rival. If he gets a stunt, his rival has a chance against stun, which get better the stronger the relationship gets as rivals. They learn to navigate, kind of not liking each other, but working together and drawing strength in that rivalry. Theridia Smallkins, you fight. When the need arises, Lysaur, right? And will assume double. Little Glimmer's legs are still twitching. I woke up from Anyway, I woke up. Is that a reference to... There's something there in her history. I don't know. And this thing was outside. Cool air hums in the roadways. Voices start to rise behind walls, woken up by the noise. Some faded star type stuff. Here, come on, I'll show you. Some faded star type stuff. Here, come on, I'll show you. As the town lamps kindle beneath them, they gaze out upon the deep blue distance. Wow, you saw it drop? All the way out there? Some things. Anyway, I'm going to see it up close. You don't have to go. I'd rather go alone. They leave town that day, the first of winter. In my dream, there was death. But everyone seems alright. Mourner and Worley, Alma Sheep and Tamel Root. Thrixel, they're called, according to that lady. The half-hero. Thrixel can manipulate your dreams, so maybe they give her a dream of death. Even half-hero feels generous for old Colia. Yeah. There'll be things out there we can't predict. That's my only real prediction. Want to know a problem? Try and look for your star now. Can't even tell where it is anymore, or was. That's troubling. The hills prefer to be anonymous, but they'll answer your questions if you ask without pride. Okay, that's weird mishmash of... I'm not sure all of that makes sense. Every company of heroes is called by at least one name. A name spoken or spelled in tradition and handed along ever after. These heroes will be known as the Friends of the Thirsty Stallion, the Troop of Hope, or the Protectors of the Invincible Kestrel. The Invisible... That's weird. The Troop of Hope is pretty standard and not... I'll go with that. Boring, but not weird. These are the stories of the Troop of Hope. Be remembered. Cool. It's been auto-saving periodically. This is my first chance to... I could recruit now. Of course, if I recruit a character, they'll start aging, and also start building relationships. It would be good to know what type of heroes are available. I'll do it. Word is there's someone here willing to join the Troop of Hope. Who will investigate? Lath? Random. Intellectual. With not great stats. I was going to pick from Legacy anyhow. Against the Threxel. Serwyn Buckthorn. Costs 6 Legacy points. She is pretty cool. She's got the Avenger, all the energy of a mystical sword in one cute, fuzzy little package. Backsam, Guardian, and Stalwart ability. Backsam, Engage, Stalwart. Inspiration. I could take some of those at level 2 even. Definitely not a bad character to have. The more legacy points than I currently... Why can't I... Oh, I'd have to select... There's Gale, a Mystic. Thorny, nostalgic. He is, as you can see, partially transformed into fire. And a Threxel inhabited his mind in the past. That's gonna be rough. He's a vigorful mystic build. With his firearm lets him do a cone of fire, but it's short ranged and the Threxel don't like to get up close, so he's definitely not great for this campaign. There's Jevenlad, a folk hero hunter. So you'd only get one ability. He's Spirit Marked as Sylvan. Gives him a higher retirement age. Stay with the party for a while. And give me a hunter, which I don't have. And there's Genway Mountain. You guys remember from last campaign? Wait a second. She's, oh, yeah, only a folk hero. Genli and Jim and Lad have some serious potential as hunters. Gale's not very appropriate for the campaign. And Serwyn, early on, it's better to take hunters or mystics often because warriors retire at a young age. She'd come in 25. He would come in at 23. Ooh, that may be worth. She's a little older. He's younger. He's already completed a hook, so his retirement age is increased. He has retirement age from this. Yeah, his retirement age is 75. So whereas hers is only 55. It's a big difference. He'd be able to stay with the party for a long time. Most of his abilities aren't great. I remember I was not satisfied with his roles. Aid, Ember was Flash Cone, Endurance. But he does have a Fox Flight, which gives him speed until he triggers it and then allows him to dodge 2 attacks. That's an excellent ability for hunters. So I'll recruit Jeff and Lad. He'll be with the party for a long time. And he's just cool. Oh, and he's got this legendary augment, the Atonement of Old Wayne, which he should keep from prior campaigns. She's got nothing special. Nor does... Oh, she's got the River Cloak and Defense Necklace, so... Yeah, Serwyn's got a lot of cool stuff, but she's a warrior. He's got a lot of potential for Hunter. They don't need quite as much speed because they get as they level up. Very high retirement age and charisma, so as he ages, he'll still have decent charisma. Folks in later years would claim if Glad Circle had not spawned Jevelad, all our hearts would have one less break in them. Taking up with a small guild of favored poets, he enjoyed what he had: coin, camaraderie, pride of craft, but he couldn't shake the feeling he was missing something important. To him, there was no word so beautiful as wander. Also, like, Serwyn has a kid, for what it's worth, who might show up as a future OSC hero. Jevelin doesn't have any kids. It's actually advantageous to have him. Yeah, I'll recruit Jevin Lad. I should warn you, most people think they know how they react to battle, but really they have no idea. Says you, the hunter who doesn't even, the warrior who doesn't even have anything but a wooden club. Oh god. You don't say. Oh goodness. Yeah, that's some snark. Spend 32 days just help him get his gear ready, but then he can travel with the party, make friends. Yeah, let's get on that. I do know I'm in the northern edge of the map here, for what it's worth. Time to do some scouting. I'll delay reaching the site a little bit. That advances the chapter. Because I don't think you get anything for... You get events for scouting, sometimes stuff that doesn't have chapter. I have to clear sites to advance anyhow. Hunters are faster at scouting, and they move faster, so the whole party moves with them faster. I need to get better equipment for my party. My Mystic has a walking staff, which is actually not bad for the tier 0 equipment, but eventually I'd want to get him like a wand and a shield and a crossbow. We'll assume here has a lumber axe still, and just that necklace, and 30 a root club. That's it. Root club does not back, so it's actually pretty good for a level 1 warrior to keep enemies at distance, and when guardian interrupt their attacks so the warrior doesn't die too easy. Especially a star warrior, she can actually do very well against melee attacks, but against the Thrixel, it's a good thing that she gets warding from stalwart. She'd probably be better with a sword. I'll probably upgrade her to 1. This guy probably 2. Lumbrax is not great. It's based on wearing down high health enemies, and the Thrixel are usually fragile, just hard to close in the first place. Swords are the best weapon against them. Anyways, could fight that here. The drow, but I'm gonna keep exploring though. See what else there is first. These are some Thrixel. If I clear the site, I can help reduce the chance of incursions that are Thrixel. Prevent them from getting a lot of calamity cards, so now give me lumber, heartwood, and fabric. Probably need both of those to upgrade gear. Alright. I don't want to just wander for the heck of it on the first chapter, so let's assault the windmill. Try and reduce the Thrixel numbers right away. I'm just saying, when the job needs doing, and needs doing quickly, some of us bash the skulls, and others stay in the corner and commune with the furniture. Ooh, disrespecting the Mystic. The warriors. I'm not saying which way is better. I'm just saying. Yeah, he looks annoyed, and rightfully. Hey, that furniture has some pent-up rage like you wouldn't believe. Yak. Everything alright? Or I thought I saw a snake, but it was just a vine, I guess. Deep in the undergrowth of Nizian Windmill, the elusive vine stalks its prey. It has surprise on its side, and not a lot else. I'd be a little more worried. Gak! Yak. Chivalad, what do we do? Whatever you do, do it quick. Interfusing might fail. I'm going to store that plant. Yeah. Maybe it's because he's got an axe that shreds, but it seems to work. I'm going to store that plant. It may be feisty, but it's still made of vine stuff. Okay, but watch, alright? It's literally winding around him. Gurgle. Hack slash thump. Pulled worse than that out of the carrot patch. You okay? I think so. That was spectacular, Wilsum, I must admit. Let's hope the Thrixel are as easily cut down. They are. if you can get close enough to them. That's the thing. And damage and potency for first 3 turns. More thrusts and a Dweaver. Dweavers can warp in close and they hit harder and have more health. Not as easy to kill as the thrusts. Bone, lamp, stone. Range of 5, range of 4. Range of 4. Shrubbery would have the most range and best chance, but I should probably just open the door and see. Chevalin's probably the man for it too. But yeah, for those wondering, looks like he's got a dagger, a throwing net for gear. That can immobilize an opponent temporarily. Can be useful for establishing flanking with a hunter. I probably want to switch from throwing knives eventually, though. Going that way. Or give him a shield. Crossbow and shield. And a dagger, maybe? I don't know. I've started to rethink how I equip my hunters. I've literally equipped a hunter with a sword and shield once, though. They can fight any weapons you want, really. It's just not apt for magic use. And the Tome of Old Wayne, though, gives him health, speed, warding, bonus damage, and potency. So he actually has 1 warding, which is actually 1.5. If he gets the gear upgrades, he'll have 2, which should be useful against Thexel. Excuse me. Anyways. Jeez, they're all right on the other side of the door. So much for take him as they come. This is not going to be easy. This thing has 2 range on its attack, so thankfully the way interfusables are laid out, I think Theridia could go and wall with Jevanlad and Guardian and knock him back as they get closer. That wouldn't work on the Dweaver, though. It'll pop back behind my party. Possible I need to take it out right away. Could almost kill it by stealing a fire. Is there anything else I can do? Oh. Just blind them all. That's a seriously good choice. Theridia and Losum are are cronies. Okay, that does affect how I want to maybe order these guys around. I want to avoid standing next to terrain if possible, though. So I'm going to destroy it. Interfuse and blind. 75% chance on the Dweaver. Blinded them all. Cool. That'll help a lot. I don't even have to worry about their attacks for a turn. Shoot it and finish the Dweaver off with an axe or whatever. If I hit them, they're dead. I remember. Nope. That had been a stunt. That would have killed that, by the way. Nope, would not have. It would just done one more damage. Need tier 2 bow to do 2 damage on a stunt. You can get over here and finish off the Dweaver at least. And she should be able to go here. Flanking means this is guaranteed hit. She can go stalwart for next turn. Oh yeah, strikes twice. So first one missed because of it being blinded, but still got a hit on him. So a chance of walling it would have done nothing, but it must have rolled a 3, which armor and walling reduced to 1. So that was an unlucky hit. 2/3 chance I wouldn't have taken any damage. Just gauge to establish flanking. And dead. Sash of Power. Bonus damage. Comfortable sash of wrapped and layered fabrics. Tempted to put on my hunter since he can hit hard. And he has a dagger, so if he gets flanking, he can really hit hard with the bonus damage. That would give him he could do up to 10 damage on a flanking attack. Drexel, it's good to just hit him hard, but it's probably overkill against most of them because they have low health. Yeah. It's almost certainly overkill. The bow will often do 3 damage, though. Oh boy, hey. I got the Gemma lad. He's a good shot with the bow. He's got the best equipment. Unless... No, I'll give it to Lassume. Think about this. Once I give him a bow, whereas Gemma lad will rely on stealth more and just more could get overkill damage this way. Lassume doesn't yet have stalwart or good warding, so he needs to aim back and shoot with bows. Bow warriors are a thing. I just need to get him a bow to wield. And the Dweaver hits harder. Lovely. When the calamities roll periodically, I think you can clear them, but not ones after a fight. Things return to their rightful place. Investigate thoroughly. Catalog everything. The party stay together so they can make friends for now. They make their first level friendships very easily, so we'll assume he's recovered from his wounds. The more questions you ask, the closer to truth you shall ever come. Thorough delving through mysteries of Nizin Windmill has proven rewarding. Nizin Windmill returned to the hands of the common folk while they tend it. The site will provide resources at the end of each chapter. Heartwood, fabric, and a scarf of courage. Block. Hunters can get out of danger by silk stepping if need be. Give some bonus damages worth owning. Mystics tend to aim back. Yeah, I probably should give it to Lassume. If he's going to aim back and shoot with the bow, that's great, but enemies will try and rush him. And whereas Theridia with Stalwart can get in the fray very easily. No, these are Thrixel. They can probably chew their armor pretty easily. You know what? I'll give it to Theridia because she's going to get in the fray. Make characters already durable even more durable. Thrix are infesting the Ronland Wood. So this tells me for sure there's Thrixel here. With this incursion progress resets when you end the chapter, I'm not sure, but they're really going to ramp up with the calamity cards. I'll go scout that site regardless. Also, it's right next to the town, so it could spread infestation there, making it sore for people to heal. That's not good. Thrixel here too. Lovely. This would be fight against more Thrixel, but I'll get some ingots. I can do this site, and I should be able to actually do a little crafting with the resources I've gathered. Alright. Attack! Shine the shadow. Ooh! I get a cat. You'll see. I keep looking at the sky. Oh? I could see you living here, Weiser. This or some similar setting. No. You don't see it? Come on, you dig a deep hole. You pile up the rocks. Is he for real? It's nice and secluded. Thick branches. Uncomfortable kinds of wildlife. But I'm only blowing noise. Sorry. Well, I scream. Curdo. Curse slash. These noises aren't what I expect of Thrixel. You know what it sounds like? A domestic quarrel. Yeah, well, we're well away from the place Wilsum said to me. Shouldn't be Thrixel this way. Fish. Cordero. Ladder. Scrout. Scrout. Sprash. Crane. Crow. Rough. Crow. Cordero. Cottage and a cat. Whatever that is. A shadow cat. You see it too? No? If I say no, do we ignore it? Looks at them puzzled. Watch it. Cat jumps. Scatter. Coral? Hey. Is it sad that its playmate ran away? Cordero? Did that look like playing to you? I'm saying it didn't to me. Owner's not home? Actually, it seems like something happened to them. Or they just simply went elsewhere. They haven't been here in the fall, possibly even since spring. Coral? I'm not imagining it. Thing's depressed. And maybe it is. But we can't actually know why. Well, it doesn't seem to hate us. I'll keep my staff raised all the same. Not that it's ever seemed to notice us. Oh wait, look. He came back. You know? Is it maybe that the cat keeps bothering this thing? I don't know. There's this. A book? A little book. Whisk. Coral? Good. When there's a book. Yeah. This one's weird. A journal. Notes. Records of long labor. Can I try and read some? Do you want to? I guess. Cordero? So it starts. Day 1. Today I start my dark little spell journal. So it's, a spell journal? Flipping through, there's lists and drawings, diagrams, but it goes on. I shall here document, loosely and diligently as I may, my preparations, my processes, my observations. I do not yet know if, how, and to what effects this spell shall succeed, but I am resolved on my course to see it through. And there is an amendment. See it almost through. The final turn scares me. It's frightening magic we channel! Exclamation point. You're saying the person wrote out of course not. A cramped indoor hour passes. Day 10. The spell is cast, and yet today he languishes, same as yesterday. Sleeps and raises his eyes burrowingly like a cat 9 times his age. His voice gives half-murmured life to the writer's unstylish lines. Day 34. I grow sure. Small signs that seemed like delusions at first. Manufactured meanings. Spread of a man's hope-wild imagination. They're like letters retraced, becoming starker, clearer. Things are changing. Herb dust, the seeped-in smoke of incense, books and their book covers, the tired beams of rosewood. These soft old cottage smells combine. Blanket weight, the mold odor sinks around their shoulders, growing especially comfortable in this place and time, like winter warmth. Looks at the shadow cat. Last entry, noticing it's gone to sounding resigned. Day 62. My brain's become a fiddle string. As vibrating, focused, and lonesome as that, my mind narrows, and every thought is a pressed note along that stinging single strand. Noticing looks like the shadow cat. a solitary stem, from which not every sound or contemplation I would once have easily produced may now flower. Someone likes metaphors. Perhaps old age would have always been like this. At least Shy continues to mend. For the first time today, he ate with gusto. The whole airing I brought him. It's been... Shy's the cat, of course. The animal one. I've gone back in my old diaries to check. It's been just over 2 years. And as I must have noted previously, it's this extended span of smallest changes I find most heartening. The pattern and pace speak to me of momentum, a steady motion that may carry forward far into the future, if never near forever. I find myself fearing the end, but fear too is a new darling of mine. Mortal fear, fresh and clear and bright, it confirms for me that the world keeps its bargains. He strengthens as I waste down. This fate is what I wrought for myself, and for him. Let's not be sad. And though it appears the tweaks I made failed, I think of that midnight orchard I so arduously hunted and harvested, so carefully separated, that those efforts have done nothing to mitigate or smooch out the transfer of my years. Let's not get down about it. Have to believe he meant smooth out. Oh. Oh yeah, I misheard that. Smooth out the... But I'm quite free of any regrets. Gratitude is what I feel. If you're reading this, believe me, mostly I am grateful. Now I wish to say, if you see Shy around, chase him off. That cat will live 1,000 years. I don't know where I'll go, but don't let him waste his new life here. For here, I will soon be bound. To what extent I shall eventually diminish, it seems hard to guess. I suspect I shall be nothing but a shadow soon. Lightless, thoughtless, meaningless, without memory. A shade. Well, I don't know about meaningless. And thoughtless, he seems to still interact with the cat. May you live long, dear reader, never needing to learn the lengths you go to save the ones you love. Kotaro? He signs his name. Ellen Salad Sedge, foolish warlock of Blank Meadow. Then this shadow thing is what's left of him? Seems like. Well, we can do what the guy wanted anyway. Lead his cat away from here. I am sure whatever he wanted was needlessly selfless. Let's ignore it. I agree. The cat knows. Shy agrees with me. What do you think he knows? Ow. He comes back. He keeps coming back. With how long we're supposing it's been, if I were a cat, I would have left. I don't know. Some creatures really have a hard time giving up on hollow homes, on the dead. And anyway, this warlock did predict he'd need chasing off. And look what they've become to each other. So go talk to him. Talk to the cat? Me? I doubt it'll be chatty. Just don't make him leave. You're going to do what? I'll be busy. Whatever spell of transfer this man worked. By his own admission, he left it incomplete. Saw it almost through, as he put it. So I'm wondering, can another hand, even a clumsy one, take up the fabric, find the seams, and sew the final stitch? I'm just wondering now. Here, here, cat. Thirsty? You know? Because if you are, find me a bucket with a bottom. Or you can dive down the well. Murph. Yeah, I agreed. But shouldn't take too long. And it was easy to scoff at love when I was 16. Nothing in the world was above my ridicule and disdain. But there's things you learn on your way from here to there and on your way home. Leisler, see if we'll come inside. Hear that? Well, I'm sure I probably agree with you. He's alright company, not fidgety. Cordero? In the oven's hot glow, the cottage seems not much different. There's one laid-on smell, cold, dark, and unfamiliar, and a hue to the shadowing that perhaps wasn't there before. Thurf. Yeah, took a while, I know. It's fine, though. Time was necessary. Mostly just combing through that journal and figuring out what he'd left undone. Figuring it out, understanding why, deciding whether it was worth it. And then, yeah. Big thing was, he burned what's called phantom freesia. Seems our warlock collected it, tried it, but didn't use it. Big thing was, we burned what's called phantom freesia. Seems our warlock collected it, tried it, but didn't use it. And with that, there were some fairly elder-rich incantations. A soul unshelled and bared for swallowing, shorn of its whole, shackled even of its shadow. I didn't blame the guy for leaving them out. Those words just sounded bad. You were chanting this stuff? Well, no, I actually spellcast pretty quiet, I guess. But anyway, things resolved after that. Cora floated up into him and... Cordero? Resolved. So what even was this magic, I mean? Not my standard sort, would you say? Yeah, it's weird. I can't really confidently say. Except that it seems to be a sort of thing where the caster's not intimately involved. Does that... Or like, that it's still the same thing of this conversation between flame and flower, but there's no human listener or contributor. No mystic, I guess. I just mean... But would that make sense? That's actually a pretty insightful read of things. Does that work? Well, anyway, I don't know exactly what's changed, except there's more calm in him, less panic, almost more awareness. Maybe self-awareness? You know? Shy gives the shadow his long, unreadable gaze. And he takes a step inside, and another. This good? I don't know. Wow. Coro? Wow. Spring. Comes the noise of light being split down at seams, and in blinding unbrightness, somehow painful to see. Glavlash. In that moment, without cognition, It seems strange claws may have snatched them from the river of time. But they're here again. Whole. River? Looking for me? Where are you? It's not funny anymore. Never was. That voice through the window breaks their stupor. Looking for Jevon lad and for Lyser Grip Creck? You inside this glowing hut? Thrixel trickling down this way? Thrixel trickling down this way, through the pines. Answer if you hear me. We're inside, yeah. It almost seems he senses them going. Cure? Seriously? Well, why? We were supposed to meet at the clefted hill by sundown. For the shadow-melded cat then decides. So the cat and the shade combined into one? To walk with Leisler. To muzzle Jevon lad. Or on a different one, this one. To nuzzle Jevon lad. That's kind of sweet. You'll be good. Also, mechanically, you got a choice between keeping the cat, like the normal cat, that can basically swipes at people get near a character. That's bad for a hunter because they can pull them out of stealth, and bad for a mystic because they rarely get into melee range. Or this shadow cat, which has some unique abilities I haven't really but it just felt right. The first time I did this, I kind of wish I had taken the other path. It was kind of sad. The shade destroys itself. It jumps into the fire if you go the other path. It's very sad. This is sweeter somehow. And it nuzzles him. It's sweet. I asked if, cure. I guess maybe it knows you're responsible for it actually being. Are you almost its dad? So, shh, kick. Kicks out the fire. Was that a fart? It was clearly a kick. But I guess, have fun? Meow, girl? Well, just careful letting him sleep in the tent is all I'd say. You know? 3D is where? She's buying time now. Just this way a little. Among the old conifers. And so were brought together two figures of a story. Jevon lad and the shadow cat who protected him. Long and lightly, no I guess, long and darkly may we roam. Nero? That's kind of sweet. What happened? Doused the fire like instantly. You should definitely ask Jevon lad about that one. Two dweavers, two thrusts. Dweavers hit hard. And the pet shadow cat. A gloom, you can see it in his portrait there. A gloom-formed cat slinks where Jevon lad's eyes go, exerts its uncertain powers that are drawn from some unnamed source. And it has the ability. Enigma walks in feline form. What frightening truths elude all knowing behind its moon-hued gaze. And it can do a spirit chase. At range. Shreds warding from target enemies. Make him, of course, more vulnerable to magical attacks. But it can also establish flanking. And I choose when it activates, unlike shy swiping at things, though that doesn't take a quick action, this does, so it's a little harsh on the action economy, but it's a much more useful ability, especially for Hunter, and it's just a sweeter ending to the story, I think, than the other one. Maybe I'm wrong. I think it's sweeter. Even not already knowing the outcome of the other way, it's, well, you can't roll back the past. The fact is, I've done this before. If you saw the first campaign, you saw the cat one of my characters had, and I always felt bad by not choosing another option. I was curious how this worked out. It was surprisingly heartwarming. Not that the other was entirely sad, but bunch of lamps that can flare, or a torch that 5 magic damage. That'd be enough to kill the Thrusk. That's about it. It's only got 9 health and an armor, though. Like, have a chance to come at Thrusk and establishing flanking on the Dweaver. Yeah, that would be smart. Use those pickaxes against these things. Especially because Thrusk can attack twice in turn, so blinding it's less useful. It's got 2 heads. I guess only one gets blinded. Yep. It's dagger time. Jeff and I go over here. Daggers don't work on the diagonal. Maybe I should go here, actually. If I can... It'd still probably get flanking. Yeah, it's further back. Do that. This works the way I think it does. Yep, a barrage of tools, which will set up flanking. Didn't kill either of them, but established flanking, which means this dagger can deal 6 damage. Not enough to kill this thing, unfortunately. I'll assume should be able to finish off the thrust, though. I don't know if this thing's warp being activated by a throwing net, but you know it could jump at anyone else, so I'm going to, I guess, I don't know if I fox flight. It doesn't work. anyone else? No. It's gonna suffer some hits unless I can immobilize it or. Alright. Pin targets cannot move, but I don't think that stops a Dweaver from warping. Shoot. I'll just fox fight. And stab. Stabby stab stab. Gotta kill this. And now there's this Dweaver, which is gonna slice up someone in my party. Let's see. I don't know what its range in air fusing is, but probably try and jump over here is my guess. That'd be a worst case. If it goes here, I can flank it. Put her in Guardian. Went for the nearest target instead of attacking my vulnerable people in the rear. Fun. That was a dumb move, buddy. Is this a strat? Yeah. It's the range on throwing a net. Not far. Huh. Let's see, the Dweaver interfused with that. This thing can't either burn, but it can try melee. Yeah, I just need him to not be next to something where he can either burn, and he'll be cool. Dead. Jeffabon got a couple extra health from the stunt. Should probably pull the rest of the party back out of range of the Dweaver. Could pop up here. It's got 2 range, so here. Unless I want to try engaging it. He's only got 4 range in that his current level. Nope. Yep. I probably should have actually destroyed this barrel. Destroying scenery is a good thing with Threxel. It makes them less effective. But around Mystic Interfuse with stuff to achieve a similar effect. Yeah. I think I'll try and club this scenery. Maybe the pulley. So there's no real nothing of real use. This egg might actually break over some cover right now. Yeah. Cool. This will prevent the Thrixel from doing anything with any of that scenery. I guess the Dweaver's decided it wants to. So it looks like the Dweaver withdrew from this, moved and interfused with the rocks, whereas the Thrixel tried to either burn Javelot to burn his Fox fight. Fun. Fun, fun, fun. Dead. Interfuse with that Thrixel. There's a chance that would start a fire. Did not. Just gonna probably beat up on the scenery here. Nah, just guarding in case Weaver tries to jump here. Or if it tries to jump over here, I guess. Yeah, want to fuse with that if I can. Get safe. Chewing on the scenery. Fun. Reaver's just hanging back, which is kind of dumb. Fighting Thugs requires some thought, usually. They're clever, that's for sure. Establishing flanking. Sort of. Guess not. Angle wasn't quite right. Oh well. I can fix that. That was a dumb mistake. It's being more 90 degrees, and I forget things go from the center of that'll work. Now I can... How is this not getting flanking? I just did an action on it from the rear. Cool. Guess it doesn't work with interfusion. With flares, you don't get flanking, but... Alrighty then. Guess I should chew in a little more scenery with her. Creating safe zones. There's no way a Thexel can reach. Works for me. I'll just kill this at a range if it's going to keep messing around over there. It's dumb of it, but okay. Time for a bit of stealth. Maybe I go forward and then stealth. So I can see what's up there. Yeah. It is dead, probably. And entered Guardian mode. Lovely. Ooh. Chance of killing it with a bone lance. This guy doesn't kill with his bow. There's a risk of it blocking. Boom, baby. That thing pierced through one of its armor, so it does more damage. Alright, well, Sum Double is now a Bloodhorn Warrior. Level 2. Let's shred armor, but the Thexel don't have many heavily armored enemies. Gauge Plus. It's not that useful against Thrixel, but it's useful against some of the other enemies. Like Deepest, I may still encounter some of. Yeah, I'll do that. And I have a chance of getting where we want, which is Stalwart against Thrixel. Extra health. Immune to negative status effects. Thrixel will have the ability to stasis characters. That's really bad. Swips is not useful against them because you don't. It's hard to get close. You often kill them with bows if you can. Yep. Hardiness isn't terrible, but Stalwart Plus is the way to go. Keeping the number of abilities limit also makes it easier to plan my moves. Just upgrading existing ones, you know, so you folks don't have to wait for really long turns like in my last campaign. Or as long. Or Black Chance, I guess Tharidia. She's going to be the one who gets up close. The Forest grieves. You get the sense that the forest grieves. Really? What do you get? I think of the Sultan mourners. You know, the coastal people will forbid light in the house for a full year when a family member has died. I'd heard of that. The forest, I think, has its light out, and I'd like to see it lit again. Hear the birds laugh and catch the whirs of little scampering things. Thrixel now have Seekers. They can fly and, at least with an upgrade, put characters in stasis. Very dangerous. Good I took Stalwart Plus, and there's no using terrain or anything to stop that, unfortunately. I'll best secure the mine and hope to find items. Won't this mean the locals will just move in? Yes, that's the idea. He's a loner, so he doesn't like that. A third delving through the mysteries of Beltaduct Mine has proven rewarding. I found most secrets unravel best in silence. A couple ingots at the end of the chapter. Or actually, no, when I cleared it, I got a couple ingots. I get some more at the end of the chapter. It's good because equipment upgrades. Starslate Necklace. Warding. Very useful against the Thrixel. Round edge leaves cast from green silver. Worn about the neck. Giving Tharidia a warning or Jevanlad a warning? Tharidia often has to just be able to stand her ground. She's a little low on warding for that, so she's going to be a party tank. I'll give it to her. Fun. Let's see, just to see what it would cost to things. If I were to give a bow to Lasum, or crossbow, some kind of ranged weapon, basic bow would be 3 heartwoods and a hide. Crossbow would be an ingot, a fabric, and 2 hides. I could do it for 2 legacy points. If I turned his axe into a crossbow, which is usable in melee range, doesn't give any kind of discount. Apparently if I give him a sword. Three ingots, hide, no discount versus a brand new one. Discount if he wants an axe. 2 ingots, 1 heartwood. It's an axe, it does a bit more damage, but otherwise not that useful. Or could do a dueling sword. They're like swords, but with 5 accuracy, 10 block. That's right. With higher stun chance. Lower damage, higher stun chance. Can be useful for some builds that have a lot of stunt. It costs 1 less ingot to make, so there's that. Could give him a spear. Yeah, probably next thing will be a dueling sword. Defense is where it's at. Thyrxor are pretty fragile, so the reduced damage isn't terrible. Plus, Assume's got rivalry. So him stunting will allow the mage to stunt more. I also need to start getting enchantments for dueling swords because they're actually very good with higher level characters. Well, I need more hides, so that's what I should look for. Something to keep eyes out for. Hide. Scout out the sites, I guess all of them, actually. I do like to spend legacy points in the first chapter. Reduce the accumulation of cards, because even if these aren't that useful, it prevents them from drawing better cards later, because they'll have to draw these again sometimes. Nothing for the Threxel. The Drowvin, however, are already very dangerous, and they're starting to get upgrades. It's often hard to kill the archers. But you know what? I'll cancel both of those. Keep the Drowvin reasonably weak. I cancel more stuff, but yeah. I have to face the Drowvin, so they'll get at least 1 calamity card from that. Trying to stop it from getting out of control with them. Pulling threads. Oh. This is an interesting one. Well, what better spot to wait out the rain than somewhere even the rain has forgotten? And Lyser's company at that. Lyser regards the wet forest for a few more minutes. Then wanders up to one of the more sturdy-looking staircases. What's been exposed to the sky for so long now lies covered in lichen. One room, however, remains relatively untouched by the elements. Rugs, huh? Not my thing. But everyone's got to have a hobby. You think it's an old collection of some thief's stash? Does it matter? Various hero wings. Don't think we've ever fought one of those. It's like a Thrixel Dragon. And then there's this one. Ah. The weaving's not like the others. Among other differences, no loom I've ever seen weaves like that. Why anyone would want this in their collection, I'm not sure. The tapestry breathes a shivering aura in, then out again. Pretty sure, and what I'm going to do here, I think, is interfuse with it. I think that's what I did before. I just want to check what the other common that I've never done is, see if I'm missing something really interesting. I I'll interfuse with it. That's what I thought. You'll see what this does. Lyser steps closer to tapestry and focuses his eyes beyond its surface, as if trying to peer deeper inside. There's more tied up in these threads, if someone was willing to. What are you on about this time? Don't do anything stupid. Snap. Ah. Lyser is thrown against the back wall. Skittering shiny limbs begin to spasm outwards from the tapestry as it unravels. We'll see what this is. About the Thrixel. This is a somewhat large group, including a bard. Ponders and expressionless, its heavy carapace begins to rattle, then to sing. The world changes. This is not going to be an easy fight. Let me put it this way. Can make thrusts a lot tougher, can either burn in. This thing has a decent amount of health for Thrixel. Whew. I'm in a bit of trouble here. I always trust the autosave, so it's probably fine. I'm gonna take a break before I fight this fight. I'm gonna need my wits about me. This is a lot of Thrixel. My party's a little bit broken up. Get Jevonlite back here, and he's gonna struggle to not die. I may have him hide, Silk Step, trying to avoid detection. I don't know. And beyond that, there's this bard. Not going to go down easy. I'm going to have a difficult fight. So, next time, next video. Until then, I wish you all the best. Take care of each other. Be kind to yourself. Take care of each other. Be kind to yourselves. May you always find a guiding star to lead you home. Adieu.